Nsima, you mind explaining to the camera what we got going on here with Chef Rush?
All right, so we are going to be doing, first off, some bicep curls here. We're going to be doing it all at the same time here, and then we're going to be bringing it across 10 times, and then we're going to be doing hammer curls out here. Yeah. So what's the reasoning for doing all these at the same time, these different workouts?
It's a concentration. It's being more impactful of it. And you're going to do one at a time. We're not going to do them at the same time.
One at a time.
And remember your crossover, you head it up. Yep, nope, the other way. Switch in like this.
Pinky up.
Okay. Pinky.
Yep.
Okay.
Go
So
over
here.
that way. So that's that peak, if you see. Now go other way, like this. Right here, flat. Now, so that's the peak. That gives you that peak. Those guys always looking for that bigger bicep. This is that bigger bicep on. Instead of going here, flat, peek out. Here, flat, peek out.
That actually makes a massive difference. You can see it too.
Massive, massive difference. And it also translates over into that weight. So people kind of take it for granted. You got to be careful on that part.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Here we go.
I'll follow you.
About 10 reps of each, right?
Yep. And we'll kind of mirror each other.
Okay.
That way, it kind of keeps the motivation going at the same time, and kind of psychologically.
We'll try to go off of your cadence here.
So we'll go off the cadence. Are you ready? Here we go. Let's go. Here we go.
There you go, Chef. Yep.
Here we go. 10, 10, switch it over.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. It feels great.
It does. 10, 10, here we go, switch.
It's a lot of reps.
Yep.
Forearm burn.
7, here we go. 8, 8, 9, 9, and that's it, 10.
Yeah, I can definitely go much heavier than these.
That feels great.
Heavier than these.
You go up on it?
Oh, yeah, I'll go up on the next set. All right. So how are we doing these? What do you?
Yep. Now we're going with a little Tricep Gauntlet. Nsima, you can start out. We're doing 3 different exercises. We're gonna go from that one over there, Tricep Pushdown there, Tricep Pushdown here, and a Tricep Pushdown here. Go ahead and kick it off and we'll just follow you.
How many reps do you guys want to do?
Maybe do like 15, probably
25?
heavier.
25?
Or does that feel okay?
What, 15?
25, 25, there we
25.
go.
A little bit heavier?
We got negotiated up. When you work opposing muscles in between, so we're doing biceps and triceps together, you get a lot more work in a shorter period of time. Can help with your conditioning, and then also it's kind of great to get in more work in less time. There we go.
Nice.
Hop in there, Chef.
Oh, nice.
You can see Nsima's going to the second exercise now. Another variation of tricep pushdown.
25 each, you guys said?
Yep. And you, on this stuff, you want to find what feels good. Everybody will argue about the wrong and right way, and it's because there's so many different body types. This is what feels good for him. This is what gets his triceps, and that's what you want to stick with. It's really just about, it's really about feel. Feeling that. I'm gonna go with an underhand grip here just to kind of keep it a little different than that last one.
Ooh, I'm gonna do that on the next one. I went overhand there.
You know you have a really good set going when you can feel your arms burning at about midway through.
Yep.
You get to like 12 reps and you're doing 25 reps. You're like, wow. You know you're in some trouble.
Let's go.
A lot of you that have elbow pain, especially bigger guys, don't even bother to try to bring your elbow in real tight. I see a lot of people trying to be real strict with it, and it can end up causing a little bit more pain and tension on the elbows. You watch the way Big Man's doing it here. He's letting his elbows come out to where they naturally come out to. Because if you try to tuck them in, a lot of times it's a lack of shoulder mobility that's causing all the pain in your elbow. So when you go to do that and try to tuck them in real tight like you're a little person, doesn't work very good. You want to try to use the dumbbells, Nsima?
Huh?
I'll use this guy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Switch it up.
Ready for it?
Yeah.
Let's roll. Nine, 10, 10. Switch it up.
Man, I like that. I've never done it.
Me neither. This is great shit.
This is called the rush right here.
Give you a rush.
Rush curl. That's really good for me. I tore both my biceps, and so I have a hard time tapping into them sometimes. This works really good.
It does. 10 and 10. Switch it up. And 10.
Wow. Ignited. On fire. Trying to keep constant tension on the triceps as he's doing here. The cool thing about doing real high reps like this is there's nowhere to hide. You start doing like sets of 10 and sets of 8, you got to probably really concentrate on a specific form and technique to get a good pump. When you start doing 25 reps, you're gonna have to just try to get through it whatever way you can. But the reps are dictating the amount of weight that you use. When you do 25 reps, you need to use a weight that has to be fairly light in order for you to control it for 25 reps. So therefore, your form will probably be better on a set of 25 than it might be on sets of 8. There we go. You want to concentrate. You want to meditate, get inside those muscle tissues and really think about making them grow. That kind of whole C.T. Fletcher mindset of commanding your body to grow. Wow. On fire, but feeling good.
Jesus. Come on.
Yeah.
What gets me, man, is just like, I know you've built up to it, 2,222 push-ups a day, but your muscular endurance is something else. For the amount of muscle you hold, it's just to be able to just continue to go and like with little rest, because I feel like you could go faster than this, but you're kind of going easy on us right now, right?
It's an easy day. I appreciate it.
That's not normal.
No, it's good. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys. This is awesome.
I appreciate you. Shoot, this is...
Yeah, this is fun. This is great.
This is fun.
Bing, bing,
I'm gonna,
bing, bing,
I'm
bing.
gonna grab the 25s on the next one.
Yeah.
Do you? Okay.
Yep, of course.
Mark, do you want these or did you?
I'm good.
You sticking with
I'm
those?
good. These feel good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this is fun.
Good. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Yep.
9, here we go. 10, switch it up.
Wow, this feels good. The rush curl gives me hope.
Actually, I've never done it before. I fucking
10,
love
here we
it.
go. 10, switch it up. Nine, here we go. 10 and 10. Good one.
Arms gonna implode.
Yep. 150.
Let's see if I can just try to keep going. You know, our triceps are gonna like cramp up on the podcast.
Which one did you do? That one? Okay.
I did that one, yeah.
Start
Okay.
trembling. Woo. Here we go, guys. The tricep for the triceps. You guys smell that? That's the back of my arm burning. Smells like bacon. Annihilation.
Nice. You want to stay with the 25s or you want to go?
Let's look at the 25s on this
Okay.
one. What would you normally do on this? I'm very curious.
Normally about 50 or
50?
more.
Okay.
Start off with like 50, for 10, 10, 10. I can go up to like 60, 65, 70.
For 10, 10, 10.
Yeah.
Whoo!
So
Lord. Okay.
Not bad.
just an easy, you know, nice motion, concentration.
And easy.
And just
I
to
love
think,
it, man.
today's his first day in the gym.
It is. Go figure. There we go. Ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Nine and 10. 10. Here we go. Switch. Come on. Nine, 9, 10, 10. Switch. Here we go. 9, 9, 10, 10. Nice. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Feeling that.
Nice.
That's feeling really good.
That is. Very good.
Pumping a bunch of air into those arms.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, feeling really good.
Give me
Crank through one more time.
one more for this
Yeah.
one. 15, 15, 15.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Sounds
15,
good.
15, 15.
Let's do it.
Sounds good. Go out with a bang.
Let's roll. Here we go. Come on. Last one. Bam. Bam. Switch it up. Here we go. Five. Here we go, last one. Here we go. Come on.
Yep. Oh, yep.
Here we go. Last 5. Come on. 5, 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. 1. Kill. Nice. Love it.
My left hand was getting angry at me.
How many reps do you want us to do on those? Still 25 or?
Last one. Let's go.
Last one?
Let's go up.
Okay.
How many can you do?
Go for
50?
30.
Let's do 50.
50,
50
50.
VC.
Woo, woo,
I love it.
woo.
Love it. Thank you.
Okay. Let's raise it a little bit.
Easy 50. That's it. Nice. Good one.
Lit
Love
up.
it, love it.
Lit up.
Love it. Love it.
Let's go.
There you go. Nice.
Keep going. Nice.
Perfect.
Did you already do that one?
Yep.
Okay.
Good to hear.
Whoa. Triceps.
50 for the win.
There you go, Nsima. Yep. There you go, Chef Rush. Yep. Pushing hard every day. Growing every day. In and out.
In and out.
Inside the brain, inside the muscles. Getting better every day. Other people are getting older. Other people are slowing down.
We're getting younger.
That's right.
Bam.
Yeah.
Nice.
Push-ups.
Crushed.
It's just 50
You
for
can
the
bust out
gipper.
like 10, 15.
Quick 50.
50 for the gipper.
So wait, you already did your push-ups this morning. That means you've done like probably more than 2,500 push-ups in total today with what we just did right there. Jesus Christ.
Looks like he has. Got some questions rolling in, Andrew? Okay. We just got done doing a really, really fun bicep and tricep workout. And I mean, that didn't take very long.
No.
I mean, I think maybe 20 minutes or so. We did 3 different exercises on 2 different body parts, 3 different movements for biceps, 3 different movements for triceps. Very easy to incorporate. Kind of keeping a high rep. We did 10, 10, and 10. Very little rest, and you're really trying for the form and technique on those, and that's a blessing, I think, when you're talking about higher reps. So it's like you want to blast your hamstrings and your glutes and your lower back on, say, like a deadlift. Could do like 4 sets of 5 or 5 sets of 5, and that's one way to get at it. But we know, especially Nsima and I have been coaching powerlifters for many years now, we know the 5 sets of 5 sometimes not always going to look clean. But if I told you, hey, I want you to do 3 sets of 25 or 4 sets of 25, that's going to demolish you and it's going to hurt. But if you were to do 4 sets of 25, I'm assuming you're going to use a lot less weight and that the form is going to look more correct. And like I said earlier, there's nowhere to hide on that. That's going to recruit muscle fibers no matter how you slice it. And it's really, really tough once the muscles get to be fatigued. I love doing workouts like this.
It's awesome.
Feels really good, build up your conditioning. Whew. Is that the way you normally train your arms?
That is. A little bit more. A lot more actually, but
right.
That's basically the principle of it. That's the principle of it. You know, high reps, you know, like I said, the end was 50 for the finisher. Sometimes if I'm frisky, I'll do 50, 50, 50, 50, and then I'll go into my heavy weight, so I'll do that muscle confusion. So after I do the reps, I'll go in and pick up 85 and just do some strict curls. Same way with triceps, do heavy weights, pushbacks, and just get that hold with the firing up those vibrations, those fibers, and then just killing those muscles.
What about when you were younger? Was it all about like size and really going after maybe the lower rep number, or are you different and you always liked the high rep?
I've never actually done the lower rep number.
Oh, okay.
Because my body always was able to handle the higher reps. Even when I did the, you know, try to stay in that stigma of everybody else, hey, just do 8, do 10, do 12. I didn't feel it. I want to feel it every time I go to the gym.
That right there, that's super important what you just said. So you might really be struggling and you might be listening to myself or another powerlifter or something. You might be trying these single rep maxes and you're not gaining size. You're trying to lower reps. Read into what he just said. He said it didn't feel like it was working for him. So then he switched to doing, that's uncommon for people to do double and triple the amount of reps.
Yeah. And even with that little curl, when I came up with that when I was younger, because, you know, the stigma was just doing this one. I'm like, I'm not feeling it. So I just tweaked it and pulled it in and put it across and just make the whole world of a difference.
Someone who's young, who's listening right now, they're 15 years old and they want to have some jacked arms. Where should they start? What should be something kind of simple for them to get into?
Don't try to go crazy. Everybody thinks they have to do that heavy weight, which is heavy weight is going to get it, but know your form, like you said, and you preach all the time. Know your form, how to do it, knowledge. Look it up. If you don't get it from us, just do your research on it, and then just start off slow. Don't rush anything. Don't swing. Injuries are a thing. So if you get injured, it takes 1 second to get injured. It can take 6 months to a year to heal, or longer.
Yeah, an injury can kind of reduce you to nothing, and it's hard because you've got, you know, guys that are our age, you know, preaching this stuff to you guys, but there's also people that are becoming smarter that are his age that now understand, look, there's a lot of science behind all this stuff. And even in powerlifting, I've seen a huge shift in powerlifting where people are utilizing more volume rather than just more weight. It's like volume and form, volume and form. You hear that being preached all the time, but for some reason, sometimes we're still bypassing it. You can't bypass it. No one gets away with just saying, I don't really care that much about that. I'm going to go for it each and every week. You can get away with it for a while, but eventually it will catch up to you. And I know it's not fancy, but listen to what he's saying. He's got a good recipe to get bigger arms. Look at the size of these arms. And if you get hurt, you reduce to nothing. You reduce to 0, and you got to kind of scratch it and start all over again. What else do you usually do for like your triceps? Because we just did kind of push downs right here.
I do a whole variation for triceps. I like to, you know, like you've said before, there's 3 heads to the triceps. Long head is where you can get the best results. So I always work on my long head to kind of fill that muscle up. It's just like stretching it up, like a balloon. I use it where you kind of have it and you try to blow it up, but once you pull it and stretch it, it can go 10 times bigger. For
You like push-ups a lot. Do you like dips too?
I do dips. I do skull crushers a lot. I do an inverted skull crush. I even do an alternate skull crushers on the pull down machines where you just go in here and you put it out and you extend it all the way out, which gives a nice concentration. Kickbacks, of course. Anything that's going to be compound and impactful, whatever. Of course, I work with small heads as well, but I work on the big ones and then come inside with the small ones.
How have your elbows held up over the years? They've been feeling okay?
Perfect.
Yeah, well, when your arms are this big, I'd imagine that they're okay.
No problem,
You
elbow.
haven't had any trouble with dumbbell or whatever. When you have had an injury, what have you done? Have you kind of like audible, try other exercises, or
I have
changed training up a bit?
I tried changing up a little bit. Luckily, like I said, I knew my body personally inside and out, even after injuries, and it'll tell me, you know, people get it's like, I'm gonna go ahead and train anyway, even if it's just hurting a little bit. Maybe you can do that, but sometimes you can't. So with me, I switch it up. Sometimes I even just stopped completely and took a rest because it needed it.
Yeah.
And that was a world of difference. People try to give it that little half truth, and then they'll jump into it. But me, I let it go all the way through.
We have a campaign here at Slingshot, and we call it Lift Through It. I've lifted through my oldest brother, Mad Dog, Mike Bell. He was my childhood idol growing up, and unfortunately he passed away. He had many addictions and things like that, and I lifted through that time period. I also lifted through being dyslexic and having learning disabilities and things like that. Nsima had to lift through being perfect, which, as you know, is a huge burden. Well, is there anything that you've had to lift through in your life?
Oh my God! First off, I love that campaign. Just live through it.
Yeah.
And I think any and everybody can relate because you're lifting through it right now. You don't even know it.
That's right. Yeah.
Or you're using that as that coping tool or something that you're going to use. It's been, you know, my mother's passing from. Just even my job now with trying to support so many people outside, because you're going to get that positive side, you're also going to get that negative side.
And you're raising suicide awareness by lifting.
Exactly.
You're doing push-ups.
So whatever your platform is,
Yeah.
you kind of use that to inspire others, and that's what lifts me through that.
Cool. They said there's some other questions coming in, so let's go over to the turf over here. Got to lift through being handsome, bro.
That's a hard
gotta
lift
get
right
the,
there.
I know. That's the hardest thing.
You're in the middle.
We got to get this question segment sponsored when you guys walk over here so we can say we're walking over to the so-and-so live corner. But Mark, real quick, if you can give a shout out to Willie Swole. He just made a contribution on Super Chat.
Oh,
Give him a
Willie
quick
Swole,
thank you.
what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Thanks for joining in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and then Chris asks, how often should you be training for hypertrophy like this?
I'm sorry?
Like, how often should you be training hypertrophy the way you guys just did?
That depends on you. Don't just jump into it. Like I said, each person's going to be different. I've been doing this for a while, and even with me doing it, I didn't just start all the time. It will wear you out. It will wear you down. It will take you out where people can just wipe out for a couple weeks and they won't maximize their capabilities of it. So start off small, maybe once, twice a week, or even once a week, and then gauge yourself and level yourself and see where you are from there.
Got it. Another Chris asks, how big are your arms?
My arms are only 24 inches.
Okay, another question. I can't find who asked it, but how are you able to recover doing 2,222 push-ups a day on 2-3 hours of sleep?
I'm remarkable.
That's a great answer. That's a very truthful answer.
You know what? I wouldn't know that myself, but honestly, I've been doing it for a very long time, so my body, fortunately, unfortunately, kind of adapted to that, so I'm able to be functional at that level.
Got it. Okay, any special advice? This is from, okay, nothing but Chris's today. Special advice for somebody who's 54 years old as far as like their elbows and tendons and stuff like that?
Special advice?
Yeah, just to kind of keep them oiled up and
Older person, a
Yeah.
little banged up.
Of course, you know, first off, get a checkups. Everything is about checkups. Get medical advice and see if there's anything else going on, whether it be rheumatoid arthritis, or if you have some type of impingement. It's more so than you just feeling old, because there's no such thing. 54 is the new 34. Trust me on that part. We're like the examples of that. You know, I hate when people say, well, I'm just too old. I used to do that. There's no use to anything. But know what you need to do, whether it be taking some type of vitamins, if you're missing something in your nutrients, so forth. So that's a loaded question. So many different things, but first off, check with your healthcare provider and find out if there's really something, and then start small.
Got it.
Baby steps.
Okay, Scribner Strength asks, what's a good all-around meal for meal prep?
All-around meal? Wow, that's a loaded question, because I eat everything. I love everything.
Do you kind of meal prep, or you kind of just?
If I meal prep myself, otherwise I'm doing Icon meals. They'll send me out stuff because I'm on the go all the time.
That's our
With
boy, Todd Abrams.
Todd
Yeah, we
Abrams,
love him.
they take care of me on that part because I travel so much.
Yeah.
When I don't get to meal prep. So if you do want to meal prep, you want to get a service, of course, Icon muscles, Icon meals.
Yep.
But if I do meal prep, I do it in bulk, and I know how to cook, so that helps.
Got it. Okay, Julian asks if you have a preference, beef or bison?
Beef or bison? Beef, because I don't get bison every day. Bison's not just on every counter. And bison, of course, is very popular now, so it's much more expensive, and they say it's the other lean meat. Beef will do just the same. So many different levels from FDA, so just stick with some beef. It's your preference.
You have some other type of meats that you like a lot, other than beef?
Other than beef, I'm a meat guy. I'm a seafood guy. I'll eat a whole fillet of salmon all the time. I love chicken, of course, but pork I stay away from, not in its entirety, but I do eat pork. But I love everything. I do.
Dang, he gets after it.
That's good.
Piles of meat.
Yeah, I can't find who asked it, but somebody asked about building forearms. You do
Cool.
anything special for that?
Building forearms.
He intentionally keeps his forearms small to make that biceps look
I
bigger.
know that's the trick.
I think his forearm's the size of my bicep.
No, I know, you can't even tell how big you guys can't tell how big his forearms actually are, because his arms are dwarfing.
Yeah.
Those what we're doing over
hammer curl.
the hammer curls, or the suspension for your forearms. It's secondary biceps, but forearms are primary on that part of them. Of course, just the normal things you'll do for forearms, curling over and unders. Forearms are easy.
Deadlifts, bent over
Yeah,
rows,
deadlifts, those come back,
seated rows.
Yeah, everything is a forearm. Push, pulls.
Yep.
Got it. Jason asks, how many meals a day do you eat?
In a realistic world, I would eat all day, every day. But it doesn't happen that way. If I get in a good 3 or 4 meals, I'm happy. But when I'm not gonna lie, when I do get in the meals, I eat a lot of them. People know me, I'll eat a whole chicken for each meal, which would be about 4 a day. My eggs, so I eat in bulk because I don't know when the next I'm gonna eat.
Makes sense. Saul asks, how much does Obama bench?
Not as much as me.
Got it. Let me see. And then I guess another training frequency question, but this time they're just asking for chest, back, and arms.
I do everything consistently to the workout that we did today. So it's no difference. It's just the same amount of magnitude of numbers, reps, endurance. Nothing changes. So just because we did the 1 or 2, I transfer it over, whether it be legs, whether it be back, whether it be shoulders, same thing.
Going in and just bombing the shit out of whatever the hell you're
Exactly.
training.
Just bam, bam, bam.
Whatever you're training for the day. I love it.
Nsima, you said that you had never done bicep curls like this. What made them so different?
Just the ones that we came on the inside here. First off, I don't usually curl that way, but he was talking about, if you go like this and you just
Can you go
twist
grab
it
a
up.
dumbbell for us? And show
Yeah,
us?
yeah. Just run and
How
grab
many
them real quick.
how many kids can live inside those arms?
Actually, I got about 3 in there right now.
There's about, okay, but it's per side.
It's per side,
Right.
so we got 6 altogether total.
Good. Yeah, I like this variation too.
Yeah, so like usually, like if I've ever done these before, I've gone like this, but if you actually look, he was switching up right here, and you can feel that peak just way more. You can actually just see it too, here versus right here.
And it
You
looked
feel
better
it
when
way
he did
more.
it.
And then, yeah, here, let's give this to you, so you can show the people what we're talking about.
What is it, like here? And then you switch it
Oh,
over.
You can't even.
Yeah, same.
The fuck?
shirt almost exploded off your body.
Something like that.
What size shirt is this, by the way? It's like a 3X.
I think it's,
Yeah, something like that. Huh?
it's pretty maxed out.
This is medium.
It's a medium.
I gotta make myself look good.
Oh man.
I guess one more question. Someone asked if you have a hurt arm, does it make sense to train the other one that's not injured?
If you have a hurt, you mean that just
Yeah, so
train
like-
that one completely?
Yeah, so you can't touch this left one, but your right one's good to go.
Well, if you want to be like, what's that, Humpback of Notre Dame type of
You got one
You got
giant
one
arm.
arm and the other one is like big as hell. I don't know. You know, take your time. Don't, because if that's the case, your arm could be injured for a whole 6 months and you're just working one arm and then you're going to really feel messed up when the other one's better.
Got it. And then what about your lower body? Like, do you have a like 1 rep max squat? Do you have anything like numbers wise that I can tell people?
I love squatting. I love my lower body. People look at but my strength is actually in my lower body, which, you know, I do volumes on my lower body also. So if I'm doing 7 plus 800 pounds on squatting, I'm good because I would do it in volume also as well. Or doing 315 for 25 reps or 50 reps. So yeah, I love the lower part.
Yeah, that'll be the next stream coming up in 5
That would
minutes.
be our next
Hitting squats.
His name as a kid, nickname as a kid was the horse. And if you turn to the side a little bit here, we can show people these traps.
Oh, that's
Look at the thickness of these traps. I mean, there's no way this guy's not putting up some weight on his back as well as just you know, bench pressing and doing everything else he's been doing.
Cool. Terry asks, what's the best movement for building the tricep thickness?
What I was talking about earlier, your long head of your triceps. Those are the ones that's going to give you that feel out. That's the biggest part of your actual arm that makes it look so massive. So if you focus on that a little bit more, doing full extensions, not those little hack sets. It's going to be lower weight because you kind of neglect it a little bit more so. So do them all the way out, all the way in to get that nice long striation, and that'll build it up.
Got it. Okay, one last question. Best bang for your buck when it comes to protein. You said you get in like 600 grams of protein. Is that through meat, supplements, what have you? Mix of both?
It's not through supplements most of the time. I mean, I'll do what I have to do, but when I'm fortunate, I get it through live protein. Meat is my go-to. But if I have to, I'll make protein shakes or I'll use other types of things to get me some protein in. So I just love protein. So you got that soluble, non-soluble protein where some of it's going to be digestible, some of it's going to be solid, some of it's just going to run through you.
He said about two grams, right, per pound of body weight for you. That's about
2
what
for
you
1,
do.
yeah. So 2 grams of protein for 1 pound of body weight. So if me being at 270 or so after losing 40 pounds, I'll double that up.
And you know what? Something like that might work well for some of the people listening because some of you might be hungry. He actually mentioned that if it was up to him, he would just eat all day. So if you feel like you have a ferocious appetite, you might want to try to increase your protein. In that way, your body's occupied with trying to digest all that protein all the time. You'll feel pretty full. Strength is never a weakness. Weakness is never strength. Catch you all later.